What is good, everybody? Welcome back to Real Fan Sports. My name is Zach. We're back again with another reaction, and today we're going to go ahead and check out a video called 21 Times Lewis Hamilton Proved He's on Another Level. This video is recommended a bunch recently, literally just this morning, like 20 times by one guy. Appreciate you. I got you.
7 times world champion, 201 podiums, and regarded as one of the best F1 drivers of all time. The name Lewis Hamilton needs no introduction. So here are 21 times Lewis Hamilton proved that no one has ever come close to beating his racing skills.
Show me, man.
Lewis Hamilton's debut at the 2007 Australian Grand Prix was the beginning.
I knew Lewis Hamilton has been doing this for quite some time. I know I'm coming, like, I guess kind of like the tail end of his career. I know he was trying to like reignite that over at Ferrari, which hasn't been as successful, from what I've been seeing. But, I know he's one hell of a driver. Let's see how his thing started off for him.
Beginning of his long streak of podium wins as a rookie. From the start of the race, everyone was shocked to see how composed Hamilton was. But what nobody knew was that he was going to mark his name in his debut race with a show of class.
Go! Nice start by both the McLarens. Look at Kubica attacking Hamilton. We've got yellow flags at the back. Hamilton's had some manners put on him by Kubica, but he comes round the outside. He's also gone round Alonso. Stunning start by Lewis Hamilton.
Throughout the race, Hamilton's performance remained ecstatic, but it was in the final lap that he put the whole world in awe. He ended the race in P3, taking home a podium as a rookie in his very first F1 race.
Wow.
10 pistettä
That's gotta be
ja voittajan
impressive,
pokaali.
Does that happen often whenever like a rookie's first race that they perform high or they reach a podium in their first race? Does that happen often?
His debut race marked the beginning of perhaps the most amazing season that a rookie has ever had in F1 history.
Oh, well,
in
I
his
guess I
debut
answered that
year,
question.
Hamilton moved on to make history over and over again with his insane performances. However, one of the most significant moments of the entire season was when he recorded his first ever F1 victory and pole position. At the Canadian Grand Prix, Hamilton proved that he was one of the greatest rookie racers ever to step foot on a circuit. Leaving behind Heidfeld and Alonso, Hamilton took the lead and achieved a milestone that many rookies have only dreamt of.
Well, he's rewriting the book of what is possible in Formula One. If he can do this after 6 races, what might he achieve in the future?
Good guys, well done!
After the first 6 races, Hamilton
So young and sprung, man, just chilling, you know what I mean? Just excited to be there. And now, he gets a little cocky and arrogant as you get older. It's bound to happen, but just living in the moment at that time, that's cool, man.
had already finished in P3 and was the winner of the Canadian GP. For many, these achievements, as in their debut year, would be mind-blowing. However, for Lewis, this wasn't enough. He needed to show his insane skills every chance he got, and that's exactly what he did at the Monza circuit. During the race, Hamilton sneaked by Kimi, overtaking him in a spot that seemed nearly impossible.
Here we go. We're in the slipstream now. That is from an awful long way back, and he gets the job done. He never bothers to wait until the second corner to overtake somebody, does he? He just goes straight for gold. And Kimi left him enough room. Look at the extra speed he
wasn't
took
ready
through
for
there.
that.
It was at this moment that everybody realised that Lewis Hamilton was on the path to becoming one of the greatest F1 racers the world has ever seen. Amazingly enough, Lewis continued the insane streak of fascinating performances till the end of his rookie season. At the final race of the season, an insane battle between Hamilton and Kimi went down. Throughout the nerve-wracking race, Hamilton was a fan favourite.
Now we're away, racing here at Interlagos, and a great start for Felipe Massa, and Kimi Raikkonen's got ahead of Lewis Hamilton going into the first corner. Lewis Hamilton stays out of trouble, but Raikkonen's got up into second place. Fernando Alonso alongside Lewis Hamilton.
Thousands rooted for him to win the championship in his rookie year. However, luck wasn't on his side.
Looks now like the man who started 2007 with a win in Melbourne is going to finish with a win at Interlagos, and it's a win that gives Kimi Raikkonen the championship of the world.
Damn.
Driving the Ferrari, Kimi took the win with 1 hour, 28 minutes and 15.27 seconds on the clock. Lewis Hamilton came in 7th place. But looking at the points that he earned, Hamilton was dangerously close to winning the championship. There was only a 1 point
Yeah, I mean, rookie season, it was a 1 point difference?
difference between him and Kimi, a record that made Lewis Hamilton the only rookie racer to come this close to winning in his debut year. After making his mark throughout the 2007 season, Lewis entered 2008 with style. However, his performance at Spa
I couldn't imagine I'm assuming they sign contracts with their teams and stuff like that. I couldn't imagine like after a first year like that, like every team doesn't want a piece of what Lewis Hamilton has to offer. God, that was a crazy statement. Y'all know what I meant though. Like to come out your rookie season to perform like that as a young kid and go up against Kimi, who I'm assuming this is the Kimi that everyone tells me about, that is a damn good racer. And to be 1 point behind second or behind first.
Bar was one of the most amazing things to see in the season. He got into a crazy battle with Kimi and almost came in contact, but somehow avoided it to take the lead.
Now Raikkonen's back in front, and Hamilton's going to attack him. He goes on the inside. Raikkonen tried to play it cool, but it went wrong for him. Hamilton's through. They touch again. Amazing action here.
The wet conditions made it extremely difficult for Hamilton to maintain the balance of the car. He struggled quite a few times, but he knew he couldn't let his chance go. And then something crazy happened.
He's going to hit the wall. He's going to hit the wall. He has hit the wall. That's Raikkonen, just like at Silverstone. Remember there, he was spinning like a top.
To everyone's shock, Kimi crashed into the wall, and it gave Hamilton a good chance to maintain the lead easily. Using this to his advantage, Hamilton maintained a relatively low speed and stayed in the lead until the final moment came.
But Lewis Hamilton comes through, and in the most extraordinary circumstances imaginable, he wins the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps to add a crucial title to his belt.
Damn.
Moving on, in the 2008 season, Hamilton's awe-inspiring battles on the circuit continued. At the British Grand Prix in Silverstone, he got into a tough battle with Heikki Kovalainen in the first few laps.
Kovalainen's not having that. He looks in his mirrors to see where Hamilton is. He's squeezing his teammate. Hamilton has to back out of it. Uncompromising driving by Kovalainen, 90 miles an hour.
Oh, so teammates are going at it now.
Piquet, and now Hamilton has gone past Kovalainen in an equally memorable pass.
But this was just the tip of the iceberg. In the same race, Hamilton dropped Kimi by 22 seconds in just 5 laps and went on to take an insane lead over his rivals. At the end of the race, Hamilton was 68 seconds ahead of second place.
He came here to Silverstone, and he has shown them all with one of the great drives at Silverstone. Lewis Hamilton wins.
Did he say 68 or 6.8?
68 seconds ahead of second place.
68 seconds.
Came here to Silverstone, and he has shown them all with one of the great drives at Silverstone. Lewis Hamilton wins the British Grand Prix. A fantastic
I ain't seen an ass kicking like that since Mario Kart.
performance.
Hamilton had Grand Prix titles, he had several podium positions, but this was already his second F1 season and Lewis Hamilton didn't have a championship title. His eyes were set on it from the beginning of the 2008 season, and finally he made it to the final race of the year, the Brazilian Grand Prix.
Massa on the left, Trulli on the right. Look out for Hamilton on the pit wall side. It's a cautious getaway from Hamilton. He's running down. Raikkonen is in front of him, and you can see that Alonso has not been able to make ground on him.
This was the race that could put Hamilton at the top of the rankings. He knew he had the potential and skills to become the world champion. All he needed to do was stay focused. As the race came to an end, all Hamilton had to do was maintain the 5th position because of his lead, and that's exactly what he did.
Raikkonen's third, and is that Glock going slowly?
It is, it's Glock. Oh my goodness me, Hamilton's back in position again. And he is going to claim 5th place, which is all he needs to do to become the 2008.
That's got to feel good. It's like, oh man, all I got to do is come 5th to be first. That's crazy.
Formula One world.
I mean, of course you'd love to finish on top, you know what I mean? But, they'll take the lead.
World champion.
Just in his second year as an F1 racer, Lewis Hamilton became the world champion with 98 points on the board. Just behind him was Felipe Massa, who secured the 1st position, the fastest lap and pole position. Nonetheless, Hamilton was world champion and the Formula One world went crazy for him.
My heart's feeling so much strain right now because I think it was the same for everyone. But I'm just very proud of the team and my family as well.
At the 2011 Monaco Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton went head-to-head with the legendary Michael Schumacher. The battle between them was crazy, and while Hamilton was behind Schumacher for quite some time, everything changed when he came out with this exceptional and mesmerizing overtake.
So now in Monaco, from what people were telling me, I know that just happened a couple weekends ago. I was so mad. I've been out of town like the last 3 weekends, but that this is one of those races to where it's normally pretty boring because there's not a lot of chances to overtake. So your opportunities are slim.
Everything changed when he came out with this exceptional and mesmerizing overtake.
Oh yeah.
And he did.
And if you think this overtake was mind-blowing, wait until you see what Hamilton did in Japan in 2014. At the Suzuka circuit, Rosberg was in the lead and Hamilton was just behind him. As they approached a turn, Hamilton saw his opportunity to overtake Rosberg, which turned out to be one of the most amazing overtakes of the race.
Jeez, couldn't even see. Wow. Flies in front of him at the corner.
And just like that, Hamilton also overtook Rosberg at the US Grand Prix in Austin, Texas in the same year. Hamilton and Rosberg were in a tight-knit battle with each other, and as they approached a sharp turn, Hamilton saw an opening that seemed extremely dangerous and impossible to overtake. However, this was his only chance to take the lead, and by exhibiting what can only be described as a power move, Hamilton shocked everyone.
Jeez.
Hamilton having a go at Rosberg. He's down the inside. Oh, he's made the move. He squeezes his teammate out. Hamilton takes
against his teammate. That's brutal, man.
lead of the US Grand Prix.
You know, the owners of the cars and companies and stuff like that are celebrating. They cussing each other out.
At this point, it's clear that Lewis Hamilton's overtakes are masterclass. It doesn't get any better than that. But in 2018, at the Bahrain GP, he proved that he had even more insane overtaking skills than anybody ever imagined.
Yeah,
he
right
managed
off
to
the
do
gun.
a triple overtake at a pivotal point in the race, marking it as one of the most action-packed moments of the entire race.
Down the inside on Nico Hulkenberg. Ocon might lose out to Fernando Alonso. Hamilton makes up places ahead of Hulkenberg, ahead of Alonso, and then comes the Force India.
Similar to the amazing overtake at the 2014 Grand Prix, Hamilton got into the same battle once again with Vettel at the Russian Grand Prix in 2018. He was in a tight spot, and while Vettel tried his best not to let Hamilton take the lead over him, Hamilton hit him with a move he'd never seen coming.
How they didn't touch there, I don't know, but Hamilton's going for it again towards turn 4. Has he got enough on the Ferrari? Under braking to squeeze down the inside. Hamilton's done it.
Yeah.
And talking about the 2018 season,
Dude, what I would do to I know like y'all watching, like obviously I'm very novice, man, but like to be able to get behind a vehicle and like, you know, practicing the downshifting and stuff to just realize like how extremely hard that is. Like, I feel like the closest thing you could do to trying to understand it without risking your life and having to be an exceptional driver, you know what I mean, is doing a like really good VR simulator and stuff like that. I'd love to eventually get one of them. Goodness, it has to be crazy.
how can anybody forget the mesmerizing comeback of Hamilton, who qualified at P14 and then went on to win the race? During the nerve-wracking race, Sebastian Vettel lost control of his car, crashed into the wall and faced a devastating DNF.
Sebastian Vettel, he has been leading almost from start to finish, but now he's out of this race.
This accident put Hamilton in third place, and while Valtteri Bottas was in the pit, Hamilton moved up to second place just behind Raikkonen. At the end of the race, Lewis Hamilton took the lead and won the race, leaving behind Bottas and Raikkonen.
Lewis Hamilton.
Now, I'm asking one question. This is kind of random at this point in the video, but I knew who Lewis Hamilton was like probably over the last probably about last 5 years or something like that. I've heard that name time and time again, whether it was on TV, whether it was in different sportscasting things on ESPN or whatnot, or just, you know, just whatever. And it seemed like he was really loved for a long time. And now over the last like maybe 2 years or so, it's felt like he's been really hated. Like when did that shift? Like, cause there had to be a time where, you know, people really loved Lewis Hamilton. I mean, he's been, I didn't realize he's been racing for as long as he has. It's been almost 20 years since 2007. So like there obviously had to be a time where people loved Lewis Hamilton. What made that shift?
Hamilton regains the lead in the championship. Lewis Hamilton from 14th on the grid wins the German Grand Prix.
From P14 to retaking the lead in the championship, this win made heads turn and put Lewis Hamilton's name on the top once again. Riding the wave of success, Hamilton's performance in Singapore was as impressive as the rest of the season. In practice, Red Bull and Ferrari dominated, forcing most of the fans to think that Hamilton would not be up for a pole position. However, with a mesmerizing pole lap, he proved everybody wrong.
Damn, flying.
With a time of 1 minute, 36.015 seconds on the clock, Hamilton's stunning pole lap is still regarded as one of the best laps ever.
It's difficult to ever say if it's the best one or not, but that one felt the most complete lap that I think I may have ever done.
In almost 2 decades of his career as an F1 racer, Hamilton has had some amazing seasons. However, for many, the 2020 season still takes the lead because his performance that year remains unmatched to this day. At the Portugal Grand Prix in 2020, Hamilton took a dominant win over his rivals and went on to become the only driver in history to have 92 wins, breaking the world record.
Damn, that's crazy.
Woke up this morning on the verge of an historic.
Why do I feel like that's whenever like his popularity grew a little bit? Maybe that's why I started hearing about him more often, and also where his hate started coming more. Because I feel like people really get salty once you start breaking records and, you know, become, you know, what novices believe to be the best in the world, the best to ever done the sport or whatever. And so then people come out no, Schumacher was better. No, you know, this guy was better. Vinna, or, you know, whatever. I probably mispronounced the name there, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Probably one of those situations, similar like we're seeing with Patrick Mahomes, where, you know, people coming out the woodwork saying, "Oh, Patrick Mahomes is already better than Tom Brady." But like, come on, let's get real. I'm a Saints fan, and even I understand Tom Brady is better than Mahomes. You know, is that part of the hate as well?
92nd win in Formula One. Records are there to be broken, said Michael Schumacher.
That's cool, though.
Overcoming Schumacher's record, he became the only racer in history to have so many victories in the history of the sport. He won the Portuguese Grand Prix, and while this was an amazing achievement, he was not stopping anytime soon. But before we move on to his amazing 2021 season, there are a couple more races from the 2020 season that just can't be missed. In the extremely wet conditions and heavy rain pouring, a teeth-biting battle went on between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton in Q3.
Verstappen goes on to pole position with a 120.4.
Verstappen took the pole lead, and that's when Hamilton realised that he needed to make a mind-blowing comeback. Soon afterward, Hamilton regained the pole position with just a fraction of a second.
These pictures are so good.
Goes onto pole by nearly 7/10 of a second. Wow.
In the last lap, Lewis Hamilton put in the work to take the pole position, marking one of the most awesome moments of the Styrian Grand Prix.
2020 Styrian Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton on pole position.
Moving on to the British Grand Prix at Silverstone, Hamilton made history once again when he faced a massive issue during the race. Hamilton's Mercedes got a tyre puncture, and everybody thought that this was going to be the end of his race. However, Hamilton had other plans.
Hamilton's tyre's gone. Verstappen's just going through Woodcut. He's about 4 corners behind. This is now Lewis Hamilton praying that the checkered flag comes as soon as is humanly possible.
He continued the race with a punctured front tyre, hoping that the final lap would end before the tyre gave up. To everyone's surprise, Hamilton made it with a burst tyre to the finish line, making it perhaps the most risky victory of all time.
And a record 7th British Grand Prix victory for the most wins at home. It's Lewis Hamilton who takes the race.
That day, he secured his 7th Grand Prix victory of the season, marking a new world record. But the most impressive and emotional win for Hamilton came in Istanbul that year when he became the 7-time world champion, coming at par with the legendary Michael Schumacher.
The World Championship record is equalled. Lewis Hamilton wins the Turkish Grand Prix and is a 7-time champion of the world.
That day, Lewis celebrated his inspirational victory in style, just like he deserved it. After all, it was a dream come true.
Guys.
Moving on to the 2021 season, Lewis Hamilton faced some bad luck in Brazil. He was disqualified from the qualifiers and therefore positioned at the back of the pack. Everyone thought that for Hamilton, this race wasn't going to end well. However, the 7-time world champion had other plans in mind.
Lewis Hamilton, disqualified from qualifying yesterday, sent to the back of the grid. It's lights out and away we go.
What do you do to deserve that?
From the very beginning, Hamilton started to overtake his opponents, picking up the places quickly. And then, after some fantastic...
I feel like that's like the craziest thing to me. It's like I understand like each car is a little bit different. Obviously, drivers have different skill sets and stuff like that. But to start off so far back and then just instantly start jumping guys. And as those drivers that are just getting hopped over by the guys that are, the best, that right there at the top of their game right now in whatever year it may be. And you're just getting leapfrogged and just boom, bye, see ya, peace, cheers, check the rear view, later, adios, eat my dust, all that good stuff. you got to feel like, what the hell am I doing wrong? Is it me? Is it the car? like golly.
Fantastic overtakes, Hamilton made the most remarkable comeback of all time.
And then what's even crazier is that sometimes the difference is just a matter of, not even a second in a lap in speed. I know not always, but, it's just not even a second. So, like, the margin of error is just that small. So these guys that are just able to run through these times like that, their machines are better, and they drive like crazy.
Inside, which way is Lewis Hamilton going to go? To the left, to the right? It's going to be to the right. It's going to be round the outsides. And for the second lap, running the crowd cheer as Lewis Hamilton passes Sergio Perez.
After passing Perez to take P2, the only rival left to overtake was Max Verstappen. Obviously, Max wasn't going to make this easy for Hamilton, but when there's a 7-time world champion on the track, anything can be expected.
Hamilton pulls ahead of Verstappen before they get to the corner.
Wow.
The crowd go absolutely wild. He has gone from last all the way to first.
And just like in Brazil, another battle between the two most notable rivals in F1 history went down once again. Throughout the race, Hamilton and Verstappen fought each other for the winning position. In the final 5 laps, Verstappen often came dangerously close to taking the lead, but Hamilton successfully defended every move. At the end of the extremely long race in the high temperature weather, Lewis Hamilton remained in the lead, taking home another massive Grand Prix win.
Looks like he's just done enough. Extraordinary.
He has been put under immense pressure by Max Verstappen and Red Bull here tonight. Sir Lewis Hamilton, as he is now, crosses the line and wins the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Wow.
At the end of the 2021 season, Lewis Hamilton blessed the fantastic Abu Dhabi circuit with his racing skills. Throughout the race, his performance and control were nothing short of mesmerizing. However, toward the end, it all came down to the fact that luck wasn't on his side that day.
Hamilton has the advantage. Verstappen has the faster, fresher tyres, and we have got 3.2 miles of racing action all the way to the checkered flag.
Up until the final lap, Hamilton maintained the lead with Max Verstappen tailing him. He continuously blocked him from overtaking, but Max found a gap.
Is Verstappen far enough back? He's going to make the lunge down the inside. Hamilton sees it coming.
This is going to be a segue into the next video, which being a Max
In the next few
Verstappen
minutes,
video.
Hamilton tried his best to regain the first position, but Max wasn't letting it go.
Here comes Lewis Hamilton, though, down the back straight. He's got a slipstream. He almost touches Verstappen. They almost make contact into turn 9. Verstappen stays ahead.
Max Verstappen, although controversial, won the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, marking his first ever world championship.
Brilliant championship battle, but the
So that's that risky stuff that some people really don't like about Max. Got it.
championship can only be won by one, and it's going Dutch in 2021. Max Verstappen, for the first time ever, is champion of the world.
As the race ended, Lewis Hamilton was obviously disappointed.
I've seen that picture
just
before.
Speechless, Lewis. Absolutely speechless.
However, in the after-race interview, Hamilton congratulated Verstappen on his first ever championship, showcasing the immense spirit of sportsmanship he had within himself.
Firstly, a big congratulations to Max and to his team. I think we did an amazing job this year.
Most racers would not have reacted this way, and when people saw how humble and respectful Hamilton was, it only earned him a lot of respect and love from his fans.
Again, that's so weird to me because everybody told us about him that he was cocky and disrespectful, which I mean, like I said earlier, most athletes are. But like I've also seen plenty of things with him being humble and showing, you know, whatever, maybe not appreciation, but you know, congratulatory to other people who were able to achieve ahead of him. Does that make sense? That was probably bad English. Y'all know what
fans
I
and
meant,
even the rival teams. Hamilton's extensive experience on track and the F1 world, his plethora of victories, and his 7 world championship titles are proof that he not only won these titles by racing, but also by showing his character and how much he values the true spirit of sportsmanship.
Beautiful. Well, look, this is what we're going to do here. This is what everybody's going to do. First, y'all are going to do is, if y'all enjoyed my reaction, I'd appreciate if y'all hit the like button and subscribe. But if you enjoyed this video, you're 100% going to go ahead, drop down below in the description where we're going to have Racers Reverie. I don't know how to pronounce stuff. And you're going to go subscribe to his channel just like I did, because I love this content that he just put up. This was a great video. And this video right here is kind of intriguing me a little bit too. 0% luck, 100% skill, F1 moments. I'm all down for that. So y'all let me know down in the comments if y'all think I should check that one out next. I appreciate you guys. I thank y'all for being here. My name is Zach. This is Real Fan Sports, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out, y'all.